Hello everyone, and welcome to Nancy's Magic Touch and DIYs. I recently took a little trip to my thrift store here in my hometown, and I found some pretty neat little things that I am going to do over. So in this video I will have 3 projects to share with you. I am going to transform this beer jar that I paid $7.99. So I'm going to transform this for you in this video. I also found these beautiful jars with the wooden top, and I do have a set of 3 for these. I paid $6.99 for the 3 of them, so which was a pretty good deal. And I also find this looks really dirty and stuff, but don't worry, I'll fix it. This beautiful little wooden bench. So I have an idea for this. So if you want to see what I'm going to do with all of this, then just grab your tea and let's get started.
The first thing I'm going to do with this is give these jars a really good wash. And then I'm going to take a fine grit sandpaper and I'm going to sand every one of the covers really well. I'm going to give these a really good wipe with a cloth just to grab all the dust. Now I'm going to take some black crafts paint from the dollar store, and I'm going to paint each one of these covers, and I'm going to give 2 coats, allowing for drying time between each coat. While I'm waiting for my jar tops to dry, I'm just gonna go ahead with my Cricut machine and make myself some labels. And I made coffee, tea, and sugar in the Ray Dunn font. And I am going to get ready and apply that on each one of the tops. Now I'm going to put 2 coats of polyacrylic over top of the covers, just to give them some protection where they're going to be used in a kitchen and probably will have high traffic. So 2 coats of this will do the job. I will allow to dry between each of the coats. And here are my 3 jars updated. Aren't they beautiful? For my second project, I'm working on this little wooden bench. I have a really cute idea for this, but it needs to be sanded really well. And I'm gonna go ahead and sand the whole piece. Now that my piece is all sanded, I'm gonna go and give it a really good wipe with a damp cloth to get rid of all the dust, and then I'm gonna let this dry. Now that my piece is dry, I'm gonna go ahead and paint the bench with some white chalk paint. I give 2 coats of paint to the bench and I allowed to dry between each coats. And now I'm taking a sand block and I am going to make it a little bit more rustic, farmhouse kind of look, which is what I like and what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and do that throughout the whole piece. And this is all like a preference, as much as you want to do or as little as you want to do. I like mine pretty rustic, so I'm going to go ahead and roughen it up a bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and give the bench a really good wipe just to make it really nice and clean. And now you're about to find out what I decided to use it for. Who would have thought? A cute little coffee bar. It's nice and narrow for your counter and it suits the purpose perfectly. It's nice and rustic and I'm loving the look. Now it's time for the beer jar. I give this a really good wash and now I'm ready to give it a coat of spray paint. This is white chalk paint that I'm using and I am going to give it really good coverage by applying 2 coats, allowing for drying time between each coats. Now that my bottle is dry, I am going to take some rope and I'm going to apply this with hot glue just to give it a really nice rustic look. So I'm going to go along the top edge of the bottle inside the crease and I am going to see how far I'm going to go with it and how much of it I need. I think that's enough. I'm going to go ahead and put a dab of glue on there just to hold it together, and then I'm just going to cut the rope off. Now I'm going to dab a little bit of glue here on the top, and I'm going to take a piece of rope and I'm going to go all the way down. And I'm going to apply some glue on the bottom as well just to hold it up. And I am going to actually do that each line across the bottle, going up and down until I get to the front of my bottle. here I decided that I am going to measure my rope that I need just to make it a little bit easier to work. So I'm going to continue and go all around until I get to the front of the bottle. Now I'm at the front of the bottle and I need a smaller rope because it's a smaller line going down. So I'm just going to do the same thing, but just much shorter. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same thing with the bottom piece. Now I'm going to turn my bottle to the back, completely on the back, and that's where I am going to start with my new rope. I am going to start right on the back there and go all around the bottle until I get right back to the point where I started. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same thing on the top of the bottle, but in exception this time, I'm going to apply glue to each place where the rope attach together, like at the end of this rope. So I'm going to go around and apply glue to each one of them. For this part, it's a little bit different. I'm starting out front and I'm going to glue right up here and I'm going to go all around the back of the bottle, all the way back to the other side on the front and glue it on the other side, leaving the front area and that square area without rope on it. I'm going to repeat this one more time as I have another row to do that's exactly the same. And now I'm down to my last row, so I'm going to start from the very back and go all the way around with the rope, and I'm going to attach with glue to each spot where the previous rope is ending and go all around. With my Cricut machine, I made myself a design. It says it's so good to be home. And for applying this design to my bottle, I'm using a shirt to hold my bottle in place so it doesn't roll off on me. And that's going to make it much easier for me to apply my stencil to my bottle. And here is my bottle. I picked up some nice greenery at Walmart, and I think this makes the perfect addition to a home to beautify your corner or really anywhere in your space. I'm really loving the results. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and please let me know in the comments down below which one of the 3 projects was your favorite. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me the thumbs up, and until next time, have yourself a great day.